Hey there, and welcome to another Dave Does video. And today I am checking out a Patreon request. That's where the patrons who support the channel get to pick up to 3 videos per month, and I will check them out and give my thoughts and feelings on them. Today's Patreon has asked me to check out Scorpions, and the song is Top of the Bill. There's no music video for it, so it's just going to be the audio. And I'll try and put out some details on the screen while we're watching. Now, I know Scorpions like many people do, so we all know Rock You Like a Hurricane, and we all know Winds of Change, and Still Loving You. They're the 3 songs that most people would be able to tell if you ask them what's a Scorpion song. Apart from that, I don't know much more about them. They're German, if my understanding is correct. That's all I really know, so we're going to go check this song out. Now, as always, if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, there's ways you can do so. The Patreon is a great way, gets you involved in the channel, and is just a great way to keep things going on this channel and enable me to do them. But yeah, let's go check out Top of the Bill and Scorpions. Counting it in 3, 2, 1, go. It's interesting, it's hard panned left in this audio. That's why. Talk about interesting track separation. So quite a raw production. Is this I wonder if this is like pre-Michael Schenker. It's like almost a little bit froggy around this. It's blues rock, but there's prog elements to it as well. Is this their first album, I wonder? Find out. It's a bit of it. You can almost tell he's loving the Judas Priest song. But it's not a first album. Okay, there we go. So that was Scorpions at Top of the Bill. Very interesting track as far as production. Felt very raw. Now, not knowing when the band formed, my assumption would be that was the debut album Felt very raw. Interesting, they've planned the lead guitars right, rhythm guitars left, bass sat in the middle, which is fair. It's a fairly standard process. Nowadays, a lot of people will multi-track. It seems like single tracking, but what you'll see in a lot of bands now will be multi-tracking the rhythm up to 4 times, panning 2 hard left and 2 hard right. Same with the lead. Sometimes you'll bring a rhythm into the middle as well, just to kind of ground it, and then the bass usually will still sit in the middle of the mix to kind of keep it all together. But you do tend to find that most bands now won't just separate out rhythm one side, lead. They'll try to blend the two to try and get an overall around sound of the whole band. But so it was interesting to do that one, but it was really sharp at points. I mean, there was elements of saturation where the vocals and the lead were just like so much that you just couldn't break out about what quite was going on. You could, in the sense that the rhythm was going on in the background and you could kind of follow that, but it still felt like, wow, there's just so much intensity coming at you, but not in like a heavy, intense sort of way. But what I found interesting, so the band was together since 1965, but took them 7 years before their first album came out, which was Lonesome Crow, and in a space of 6 years they did 5 albums. So I am wondering if they should have maybe spent a bit more time working on production. But then also there's an element of European production I think was slightly behind UK production, and that's a personal observation of quality at the time, or it may have just been that during the 70s we had more of a punk rock era kind of sort of style coming out, so people were going for more of a raw, less produced, because we'd had the Beatles, we'd had things like Sgt. Pepper's in 60, I don't know when in the 60s, but in the 60s we had Sgt. Pepper's and everyone knew the quality of the production. We had Rubber Soul, Revolver, stuff like that, so high levels of production. So some bands wanted to strip it back and make it a bit more rawer. Let's have a look at the lyrics. Let me just have a look. There wasn't really much lyrics. So it's called Top of the Bill. You're a rock and roll star. You're out of the charts. Your blood is cold. You're getting old, but your life is rock and roll. So from that one is this basically, maybe it's just a song about old rock and rollers who are no longer famous, because you're a rock and roll star, you're out of the charts, your blood is cold because you're getting old, or as you're getting old, but your life is still rock and roll, so you're still living the rock and roll dream. That crazy rock and roll band is spinning in your head and your thoughts. So basically a retired rock reef still dreaming of his glory days of being in the band. Each and every way you make the thoughts is about stars on the chart. So I think that's what it was about. It was interesting because the band's writing this from when they were still on their upward trajectory. They hadn't obviously hit the big heights that we would have expected, where they'd got out of the German charts and made a name over in other countries. At that time of the year, I don't really know. Scorpions didn't really get over to us until maybe 80s would have been their kind of era when they sort of started making an impression on the UK scene. But yeah, it wasn't a bad chart. I want to hear it in a better production, so I don't know if they ever went back and remastered their albums, because they've done 19 albums over the years, which I think's that's an incredible achievement. I mean, if you think about it, the fact that they were together since 1965, that's crazy. That is a crazy thing to think about, that they were there. So 35, so that means they're like 50. That'll be 58 years this year as a band. Just let that sink in. 58 years. I mean, you could talk about bands like Rolling Stones as well, but for a band, and considering they released an album last year in 2022, I mean, if you look, they did slow down their discography. So that is their. I mean, it's interesting. They went to kind of almost a 5-year kind of period. So we had 1999's Eye to Eye, then 2004, then we had a 3-year gap between Humanity, another 3-year gap for Sting of the Tail, then we had a 5-year gap, and then we had a 7-year gap. So they're not in any rush to knock albums out, but I think they're writing at the pace they feel. They're not in a position where they have to do that sort of writing anymore, where they have to rush to try and get a new album out to be relevant. So I enjoyed it. I would like to hear a better version of the song though, just something I can actually appreciate with better production standards, and hopefully they did go back and do some of those. But it's on that topic about going back and doing remasters and remixing. Do people like, or do people not like it when bands do that because they like the original sound is part of the character? I'm kind of one of those guys, unless the production was bad and then it needs to be redone. But sometimes when you get like an early production, so a good example, Megadeth's original Killing Is My Business, I like the original production on it. They went back, they tidied it up, made it neater, but I'm like, it didn't need to be done. But what is everyone else's thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, subscribe, leave your comments. Make sure to please do like the videos, and please do check out, at least go onto my channel, have a look through the videos, look for anything that isn't just a normal reaction. Have a look at that, give it a like. It really does help the channel to get recommendations onto others, and that's obviously what's really important, is recommendations versus searches. So recommendations is what we need. So hopefully that you can help me out. Please, as I said, do though like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on my video sometime very soon. Take care.